of people have said that I don't go out enough, that I really don't show you the real El Salvador. So this past week, we changed that. From quiet mountain roads to busy local markets to the beach, a small dairy, ancient lava fields, and yes, even being stuck in traffic on the Pan America Highway. This is everyday life in El Salvador. Let's get into it. Buenas tardes, mis amigos, y bendiciones para todos ustedes. Good afternoon, my friends, and blessings to you all. My name is Charity Hageners, and bienvenido a mi canal if you're new here, y bienvenido de nuevo if we're already old amigos. Si no habla inglés, ve la configuración de YouTube y selecciona pista de audio para escuchar este video en español, o presiona el botón CC para obtener subtítulos en español. And if you regularly enjoy this content, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button, as it helps the algorithm get this content out to more people. Today we're starting somewhere a little different. Not a tourist attraction, not a resort, just a local dairy here in El Salvador. This is where so many families get their fresh milk, cheese, and crema, or, sour cream as we call it. It's made the same way it's been made for generations. It's simple, local, and very fresh. No big factories, no fancy packaging, just people who wake up early, do the work by hand or with some machinery, and take pride in what they produce. In El Salvador, small dairies like this are very common, especially outside of the cities. And a lot of families rely on them instead of supermarkets. And you really taste the difference. This is one of the things we love most about living here. Not just passing through, you actually become part of the community. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
Ahorita, $3, $2.20, $4.50, $40.50, $2.50.
And this one?
$5.50.
Okay. I was buying some milk here and some sour cream and something called buttercream, as well as some cheeses. It was a really good experience. My friend Balmori took me out there. I was actually looking for raw milk. They already processed all the milk that day, so there was no raw milk. But we're going somewhere tomorrow that maybe can lead me to the raw milk experience. But we didn't stop us from enjoying all the stuff we got. And this all turned out to be about $31 and some change. So it was not very expensive. People get to know you and they remember what you like and they ask how your family is doing. And honestly, this is some of the freshest dairy we've ever had and the best iced coffee I've had. Next, we headed out for an easy day trip to the coast, to a beachfront restaurant. This spot is perfect because you can just come for the day, order food, and spend hours by the ocean. You can rent a hammock even. You can leave your belongings in the glorieta, or even book one of the rooms upstairs if you want to stay overnight. Oh yes, there's a pool.
Those are $10.
Okay.
The hammock $2 for the whole day.
And the hammock's $2.
And if you want a room with air conditioning and TV, it's $120 for 8 people.
Oh, wow.
For 8 people upstairs.
A family adventure.
Yes.
This is a shower here.
Right there, all the showers.
No, like right here, there's a shower.
It used to be right here too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just open it. How much? Ahorita estamos ahí a estar grabando también porque estamos viendo los precios y cómo está el lugar, porque sí vamos a venir con la familia y todos. Le estoy enseñando el lugar, la comida.
Fíjese de
Ahorita le
que
enseño.
nosotros contamos que es con estadía, ¿verdad? Que son $10 que se cancelan para el ingreso de personas, que es el grupo de personas máximo de 8 personas.
Sí.
Con derecho a su ducha, sanitarios, de vestideros, el uso de su parqueo. Y adicional con lo que pedimos es el consumo, que sea un plato por persona, que pueda ser el mínimo de $10
Sí, sí, sí.
por persona.
Oh, después no se preocupe.
Puede ser el ingreso desde las 7 de la mañana
Desde las 7
hasta las 5 de la tarde.
Vale. Y las duchas también, ¿verdad?
Las duchas, los sanitarios están acá.
Bathrooms.
Y lo que serían los ranchitos, que son los de palmitas, que tienen también para cargar.
Sí, sí, correcto. Tienen todo su... ¿Sí? Todos tienen sus conexiones, ¿verdad? Y música podemos traer. Sí. Oh, una cita.
Ducha.
See, those are the rooms with AC upstairs.
Okay, yes.
if you can, I don't know if you want to, but we can go upstairs to take a look too. The stairs are right here.
Okay, well, let's look at the ocean here.
Here. No, it's low tide right now. That's why you see a lot of rocks.
Yeah.
But this thing, the water, when it's at full tide, it comes all the way to here, and then all the kids swim right there.
Oh, okay.
Right now, we can bring those, I don't know if you see those shoes that you can use for swimming and everything. Those are great, because what I do is I go way up there. And it's all like, it's not really deep.
Okay.
You can actually, you can head all the way to the rock, and all there is the coral reef.
Okay.
And that's where we see the whales.
Okay.
Humpback whales, dolphins, and orcas. February and March, they're going to be here.
February, March, okay.
Yeah, all that.
There's a boat way off in the distance there.
If you come right here, you're going to see...
Oh, there's a whole bunch of boats.
That's the port, Acajutla.
Oh, okay.
That's Acajutla, the port right there. See?
Yes, I see the ship there.
There's the ship, yeah.
I can't even point it. There. And the best part, this area is also known for whale watching during whale watching season. You know, depending on the time of year, which is usually in February, March, but they said they already started right now. You can actually see humpback whales passing by the coast. That's so cool. Sometimes even breaching in the distance. You can ask them about booking a seat on a boat and doing a boat tour to catch a sight of a great whale, dolphin, or even a turtle. And I think it's about under $55 per person for a seat on the boat. There's also a turtle sanctuary here, and on certain days you can watch the baby turtles being released into the ocean. That's so cool. I've seen other videos of that, very neat stuff. They have sanctuaries because turtle eggs are a bit of a delicacy, so they want to protect the eggs because the turtles will go extinct otherwise. So they have this sanctuary where they collect the eggs when the turtle lays them on the shore, so they come and collect them, put them in the sanctuary area where they're protected, and then when they hatch, then you can actually go out and participate and bring the baby turtles right to the ocean. Very cool stuff. It's just a short drive from the city, and you know, suddenly everything slows down. You know, the air feels different, you got the salt in the air, you know, all the city noises fade away, and you just have a fresh breeze. Of course, it's warmer at the beach than usually in most of the cities, but you know, it's a day to relax by the coast. You can order something fresh, you can listen to the waves, and just breathe, just relax, just take it all in. Moments like this are why we love living in El Salvador. Life doesn't have to be rushed. It's not like city life all the time. You can just come to a place like this and really chill. It doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just good food, ocean air, and time to sit still and enjoy life. Our next stop is the local market in Lourdes. This is where we do a lot of our weekly shopping for fruits and vegetables. Everything here comes straight from local farmers. Sometimes they show some imported stuff that they got from somewhere, but a lot of it's really fresh. You know, often picked that same day. ¿Cuánto cuesta papas?
$2 y $1.
So, $1.
De este.
$3.
¿De este? ¿Así?
Más grande, sí.
Mire.
¿Sí?
¿Qué más?
Chili verde.
Día 3 y día 4 por el dólar.
So, $2.
Día 4.
4.
3.
3 por $1.
Vale.
So, 6. Eggplant.
Zanahoria.
No, sí.
A 2 por el dólar.
2 por $1?
¿Así?
Sí, okay, so 2.
$2.
Dos,
Dos,
yeah.
¿Qué más?
Cebollos.
A 3 por el dólar y día 2 por el dólar.
Okay, so $2 blanco and $2
Morada.
morada. cauliflower.
A 2.50.
$2.50? Okay, no.
No. ¿Qué más?
Tomates.
$2 y $1.
So, $4. Okay.
Así.
Sí.
¿Qué más?
Todo.
Solamente.
Solamente, sí. The colors, the smells, the energy, it's always so full of life here and kind of loud and noisy. I usually spend under $20 here for, a few full bags of produce, and that even includes the parking, which is 35 cents. And the quality, you can taste the difference immediately. Everything is so fresh. Nothing has traveled thousands of miles. Nothing's sitting in cold storage for weeks. It's fresh, it's seasonal, and full of flavor.
Hay de ese con juguetitos también.
Esta.
Y hay de esos también.
Galletas?
Son como dulces, algo así.
Oh, like a meringue. Like a meringue. Esta.
Salame, piña dulce.
Aguacates.
Están de 3 por 1.25.
¿Cuánto cuesta?
3 por 1.25.
3 for 20. So, 6?
6.
6. 45? 3 por 45. 40.
¿Qué le salen 2.50? En 6. 2.50.
250 plus.
Ya está. Serían 3.75.
Okay. Okay.
Hay manguito verde también. Está bien tiernito.
I don't know what that is. No.
Para que lo pruebe.
Okay.
3.75.
Oh, green beans, sí.
¿Le pongo ejote?
Yeah. $1. Okay. Sí.
Está bien fresco, limón, chile verde, mira.
Tengo chile verde.
Tiene chile.
Sí. Gracias.
Gracias. Hay olor para sopa, yote, pipián,
Oh, yeah, for sopa.
chile,
Yeah.
chile habanero, cola de gallo.
¿Tiene gembre? Ginger.
Nada, jengibre. No.
No,
Hoy
okay.
ya no hay, ya se me terminó.
Okay. Okay.
Le pagué a dar más.
Gracias. As you can hear, my Spanish is not perfect, far from it. But the ladies there always try to understand and, put the words in my mouth that I can't think of off the top of my head. And they're always just really so kind. People here just try to help whatever way they can. It's really amazing living in El Salvador. Also, I didn't know that she was trying to give me a green mango. And I love green mangoes, but I've never seen them not sliced up in a bag with the hot sauce and the salt. I learned what it was when I took it home, and I asked people what it was, and I'm thinking, I could have got a whole bag of those, but a little bit of work to peel and use. But anyway, it was all good. Okay. Markets like this are a huge part of daily life in El Salvador. People come not just to shop, but to talk and catch up and connect. This isn't just buying food, it's community, it's routine, and it's a way of life. Okay. Let's just say driving here, you have to keep your head on a swivel. Oh, pal. Yikes. Next up is a little adventure to Tamanique to go visit a friend and to pick up a dresser for my daughter. We headed up into the mountains toward Tamanique from Lourdes. That is a different route. I would definitely not recommend that. But we went to visit a friend, and that's what Google Maps led me that way. I didn't have her address in Waze. I don't know if Waze would have gave a better set of directions. This is technically the fastest way. I just don't recommend it. So let me tell you, that road was an experience. Some of the steepest hills I've ever driven. Tight turns, narrow roads, and more than a few moments where I said a quiet little prayer. And unfortunately, my camera cut out before we got to some of the really steep hills. Oh well, next time. Maybe never, actually, because I don't think I want to take that road again. I'm not exaggerating when I say this is one of the most intense drives I've done here. And, I thought squirming in and around traffic was bad, but that was something else. But at the same time, the views were incredibly breathtaking. This is one of the things that surprises people about El Salvador. In a short drive, you go from beaches to farmland to mountains with cooler air, which is great if you don't like the heat, and completely different scenery because you get the top view, which is those views are amazing. But it's not always smooth. Actually, I would say, I guarantee it's never smooth. But it's always beautiful. So here you go. And, somehow those bumpy roads almost make the destination feel more special, maybe a little bit more terrifying. It's okay. As you can see, there's a car on the left, and they have pulled the manhole cover up, and they want me to turn between the car and the manhole cover. Oh my gosh. Welcome to El Salvador. I had the same thing happen today, and I had it happen a while ago where I had to pass by this truck, and I was so close to the other driver in the truck, I could have reached out and kissed the guy. I don't know. They want you to drive through tight spaces, and you pretty much have to. You have no other choice. And here I am driving through this little town. I don't even know what the town was called, but everywhere you go, you'll see the car bump up and down because there's so many speed bumps everywhere in El Salvador. Even places there shouldn't be speed bumps, there are speed bumps. But I'm not going as fast, obviously. This video is just like sped up by 8 times. But yeah, all these little towns you got to go through. These roads are fine. I mean, other than the speed bumps. But it's when I get to here and things start to get narrow and there's no line on the road and it is 2-way. It's not just 1-way. And see all the twists and turns. Oh, that was scary. But as I'm watching, it's even scarier. It was too funny. But yeah, this is where it kind of got a little bit crazy. And that's when I started climbing the mountains. And there was some really bad dirt patches. I think there was 3 of them like this. And it was like boulders in the road. It was so bumpy. And then it would go pavement again. It was very confusing, but it happened a couple times. My car is an SUV, so we could handle that, but I would not say every car could do that. And I had to go down into first gear on my automatic car to get up all the hills. I went like 20 kilometers an hour up this mountain. It was pretty intense, I'll tell you. Here's a special clip I kept out for you. Pulled over because there was a car coming, and it was actually the police. But I already could see around the corner there was a big truck coming, but then it didn't show up right away, so I pulled out a little bit, knowing there is a big truck coming, and I could see it's crossing a bridge off there in the distance. So I noticed there's this place I could pull over on the side, so I did that. I just pulled over so that he could get by, but this truck was very large, and I think these trucks are probably what ruins these roads. Very large, heavy trucks. But this is not something you want to meet on one of those blind curves or going up a steep hill or down a steep hill. I don't know if he's bringing water or what he was doing with his tank and whatnot, but yeah, no, I I was a bit scared a few times because of the cars I met that didn't seem to go as slow as I was going, especially if I'm going slow up a hill and of course they're speeding down a hill. You use your brakes a lot when you're coming down the hill, I gotta say. And speaking of downhill, that driveway on my left is a steep decline. So you gotta be careful. I kept it actually in first or second gear going down the hill so that my car just wouldn't take off. Because when I have it in drive, it just takes off. The weight of the car just pulls it all the way down the hill, and I can go really fast, really quick, and I'm always on the brakes. So I try to keep it in a low gear going up the hill for power and down the hill to maintain my speed. And actually I found if I just keep it in neutral to coast down if I'm in rush hour traffic or something where I have to keep braking. If I keep it in neutral instead of in a gear, it doesn't just try to take off every time I take my foot off the brake. So actually that was a good hack I learned that day. All the things you learn in El Salvador. I didn't know I needed to relearn how to drive, but going up these hills and down the hills, that is an education. But as you can see, the road is very narrow here, surrounded by trees. I think this area might be a little bit prone to landslides too. In the rainy season, I would not want to be out here in the dark or in the rain. That was really, really scary in some places. But oh, the views from up this high. There were some amazing views. This is a place I could actually stop and take a video. But all fun trips must come to an end. As I said, my camera battery had died there, so I didn't get any more going up the hill. And on the way back, I actually chose to go in through Santa Tecla, just for my safety. So on the way back, we hit the Pan American Highway, which is the CA1 near Los Churros. They actually call it Los Churros. And honestly, the traffic was rough, but it was better than trying to navigate coming back down that hill on those roads, because I was a little bit scared. I actually went through time going up one of those hills where my mouth lost all moisture and I was white knuckling it, and I was a little bit scared. So I chose to come back through this way, longer route and in traffic, but I just felt safer. And if I was going to be anywhere in the dark, I'd rather be on the Los Churros Highway in rush hour behind someone else's red lights there where I could see my way very easily and not on some windy path road I'm not used to with who knows what coming out in the dark. When we were with the Stam, we almost hit horses on one of those hills coming down from Tamanique. Just 3 horses on the road randomly. Don't know why. So this is one of the most important highways in the entire country. I mean, not just because I live on it, whatever. It connects San Salvador to the western part of El Salvador and beyond, like to Guatemala. And it's been under major construction, I'm told, for years. I am seriously hoping that ends soon. I'm hoping this year. I don't know. If anyone actually has a date on when this is going to be done, please let me know. We're all curious. But they're widening the lanes here and building a massive amounts of viaducts to make the road safer. The viaducts are used to control all the water during the rainy season. And this area was kind of prone to landslides. So trying to make sure that doesn't happen too, right? It's going to make it faster to go between, San Salvador and anywhere in the west because there'll be 4 lanes each direction. And especially through there's like a mountain pass sort of, like it's mountains on both sides. And sometimes I lose cell reception there. It's probably the only place in El Salvador I lose cell reception. But usually it's only when I'm stuck in the traffic. If you're just going through, it's not gone long enough to notice. But when you're stuck in traffic, I lose my music on Alexa, whatever. But while the construction's happening, it can be very slow, very crowded, and a little frustrating, especially during these peak hours like I am coming home here. The only good thing about it is that if you want to buy any amount of food, usually there's somebody selling something. I got bananas on the way home, and then we found a guy selling choco bananas, which I was really waiting for. They're selling sandwiches, they're selling nuts and other fruits sometimes, or bags of chips. I mean, seriously, you don't have to go hungry in traffic because there's always someone there. And of course, they're selling you water as well. And we had to make a pit stop because Annika had to go to the bathroom and I got some gas. And of course, they always clean your windows, which is so nice to have full service again. So it's one of those situations where, you really feel the growing pains of a country that's developing and improving its infrastructure. But again, it's improving the infrastructure. So you need to have a little patience. It takes some time. You can't build Rome in a day, they say. But once this is finished, this stretch of highway is going to make a huge difference for daily life because a lot of people will come out to our area to live because it's cheaper, like a bedroom community, and then travel into San Salvador to work. So I think the property values out in Lourdes where we are going to skyrocket when this highway is done. And of course, it'll just make getting around a lot easier. After all that, we finally made our way toward Quezaltepeque, and from there out to Sitio Niño lava fields. This area was formed by ancient volcanic activity, and you can still see the hardened lava stretching across the land. Standing here, everything feels quiet and still except for the traffic on the road. It's hard to believe that such a peaceful place was once shaped by such powerful forces. Amazing. And that's kind of what this whole week felt like. Moving through different sides of El Salvador, from busy roads to quiet nature, from modern life to ancient history, this country has so many layers. And the more time we spend here, the more it surprises us. This is the El Salvador we've come to love. At the end of the day, this is what life in El Salvador really looks like. It's not perfect, it's not always easy. Sometimes the roads are rough and the traffic is slow and the days are long. But it's also full of moments that remind you to slow down, to appreciate the simple things, and to really live where you are. From fresh food and kind people to ocean air, mountain roads, and places shaped by history. This country has a way of surprising you when you least expect it. And for us, that's what makes it home. If you enjoyed coming along with us today, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share this video. We're always sharing what life is really like here in El Salvador, the good, the challenging, and everything in between. And if you're interested in knowing more about El Salvador, we have a WhatsApp group, and we also meet every Monday night at 7 p.m. El Salvador time. Send us your WhatsApp number to youtube@haganars.com and see the description below for the Google Meets link to Monday night's call, where we just hang out and answer questions that you might have about moving to El Salvador. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I read them all. Share this video with any families that are considering leaving their home countries. Gracias por acompañarnos, and we'll see you in the next one.
Saying come.
He's saying to come?
Yep.
Looks like that log is in the way there, doesn't it?
Need to go a little bit to the left.
I'm sure he is in here.
I'll have a look.
Yeah, that's going.
Yeah, you're good on here.
I know there's a log sticking out right in front of me there.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, okay.
You have about 6 inches to the right here. That's about it. Yeah, left.
He's saying recto.
Yeah, to the left. He said you're turning. Go to the left.
Go to the left.
To the left. Perfect. All right.
Don't forget to hit the like button.